Hey there, Pisces. Welcome to your September reading. So, Spirit showed me a couple of interesting things when I tuned into your energy. The first was butterflies and bees, and they were pollinating. They were, spreading the good word, is kind of what Spirit was saying. And the other thing that we're giving me connected to that pollination is that action is everything this month. It's the really important change or the really important progress is not going to happen in your mind. You know what I mean? It is take action. Interestingly, that kind of goes with the fact that it's eclipse season, it's eclipse month, and we've got the lunar eclipse in your sign on September 7th. So you are kind of the star of that eclipse. And it is asking you, what do you need to let go of in order to complete your mission? Spirit is asking this question. They're saying, in what place are you at odds with yourself? Like, one part of me wants this, but one part of me wants that. Can you negotiate between those two sides this month? Can you get yourself all on the same side? I'm trying to remember which sign was getting a message about negotiations earlier. It might have been Capricorn. So if you happen to be a Pisces with some Capricorn placements, you might get a little bit of crossover there. You might get a little bit of a more comprehensive message if you listen to Capricorn after this. So action is really important, and pollinate, spread the word. Spirits like butterflies and bees are doing the legwork. They're not sitting at home wishing and hoping and thinking and praying and planning and dreaming. The Spirit is really singing it right now. That's so funny. But they're like, yeah, take action. Okay? Okay. All right. Enough singing. I promise. Well, I was going to say I promise not to do that again, but I won't make that promise. It's unlikely. Okay, I'll do my best. Okay. Let's get into the story of your month. Spirit, we want to zoom in, zoom down to this chapter here on Earth for people working the Pisces archetype. Spirit, what do Pisces sun, Pisces moon, Pisces rising and dominant people need to know in the month of September for their highest good? We want to know where they've been, where they appear to be, and where they're headed. And we want to help them use what is around and available to their best advantage. So Spirit, please share with us what you see, where you see Pisces on the board, what you see showing up, and what you would share with them about it for their joy, peace, fulfillment, ease, abundance, love. In the month of September. In the month of September. All right. Hey, action. And the Pisces card. What do you know? Yes, action, rules, boundaries, focus. Gorgeous. Pollination. You have something gorgeous incubating. That's what I want to say first, as I see the Empress as the ultimate in your future. So let's start in the past. 9 of Wands. Spirit understands if you feel like my energy is flagging, y'all. I don't know if I have what it takes to go any further or to get where I'm trying to go, or etc. Because God, I've been through it and I'm tired. I'm feeling a little beaten up, right? That's kind of the vibes of the 9 of Wands. But the 9 of Wands is also a very positive card because contained even with that exhaustion and with all of the trials and tribulations that you've been through to get to this point, there is a recognition that you have learned a fuck ton. And you actually have a lot of tools and resources and abilities and skills now at your disposal that you wouldn't have had if not for the opposition, right? There's no traction without friction. We don't get anywhere without having to come up against things that get in our way, right? That's how we find out what we're capable of and even what we enjoy, right? Like, ooh, overcoming that felt really good, or figuring that out felt really good. I want to experience more of that. I want to do more of that. Spirit is asking you, Pisces, to really tune into that idea. What would I like more of? What would I really appreciate receiving, owning, cultivating in the month of September? Sitting in the present moment, Page of Pentacles, Page of Coins in this case. So the apt student, the genius beginner. Spirit is actually even using the phrase like beginner's luck. So some of you might be trying something for the first time, or trying something that you've been trying to do for a long time, but in a new way. And I feel like beginner's luck. I feel like it goes well. So if any of you are afraid to try something new, Spirit's like, actually, that could be where a lot of good fortune and expansion lies. Is, oh, never tried that before. What if I really focused on the outcome that I want? You know what I mean? What if I really kept that in sharp focus as I worked, rather than kind of going with the flow and doing the Pisces thing? You know what I mean? Page of Pentacles is devoted to learning. They are very curious. They are very open. They're very eager to learn. So that serves you this month. Spirit is really doubling down on that and talking about being curious. Your guidance card for the month is the moon. And this has some extra importance because the moon is your card in the tarot. Pisces card is the moon card. The unconscious, the world between worlds, places that urges and inspirations spring from, from darkness, from deep in places that we may not even know exist inside of us, that kind of thing. The moon would tell you to be willing to explore, be willing to understand that not everything is what it seems, and so it's worth a closer look. The moon also can indicate kind of facing some fears, going to deeper, darker places. Darker meaning, I don't know what's down there. I don't know what happens if I try this, right? But I'm willing to find out. Because if it takes facing my fears, or, facing and transcending old patterns, belief systems passed down to me from like my mother, which is, the moon rules the mother. Maybe I've got some ancestral stuff even at play where it's like, okay, I want money, but maybe I come from a long, Catholic reign or lineage, and going without is virtuous. You know what I mean? And maybe I need to face and look at that ancestral pattern and go, is that true though? Or is that just something I'm believing? Because the moon, if you've ever seen the classic Rider-Waite version of the moon, you see a dog and a wolf. And in French, there's a phrase, entre chien et loup, between dog and wolf. Forgive my pronunciation. Between dog and wolf. And the phrase, it means it's twilight. It's the time of day that is neither dog nor wolf. It's not daytime, but it's not nighttime. We're between worlds. And between dog and wolf means I might look and see a dog, but perceive it as a wolf, or vice versa. See a wolf and be like, oh, come here, boy, come here, and start walking towards something that turns out to be a damn wolf. So there needs to be a closer look. And as Spirit said earlier, you need to be prizing what it is you're wanting to be the outcome or the outgrowth, the creation. And I want to say, you are meant not to build something from scratch. That's not the feeling that I get so much as you are meant to create the conditions where something that you already have within you can flourish. Okay? Sitting in the future. 3 of Cups, clarified by the Empress. The Empress is number 3. She rules all of the lower 3s. So seeing the 3 and the 3 together, very beautiful. There is support available. You might be doing some kind of work in groups or with friends. And it's like we as friends are holding each other accountable, or we're doing this podcast, or we're forming a group to do creative, like we're going to workshop each other's art, or etc. You know what I'm saying? Team effort. But it's not like 3 of Pentacles, where it's all about the work. It's the enjoyment. You know what I mean? That's like the connection and the relationship is the primary driver. But I feel like these people can help you create the conditions. Very powerful to have the Empress sitting right across from the Emperor in the energy around and available to you. If you question whether you can take your Page of Pentacles, your seed idea, all the way to a full-grown empire, the Emperor is letting you know, if you will set the rules up for yourself correctly, if you will create the container, the Empress is like let's say that the Emperor throws the pot. He's a potter, right? And he throws and creates the pot. And he fills it with soil because his beautiful seed queen, the Empress, wants to give birth to something. And so she can now go into this safe, beautiful container and blossom into exactly what she wants, right? She can create anything because the Emperor has created this safe, steady container for her. So, who is your daddy and what does he do? That's the Emperor. And who's your mama? And how can you be those divine parents to yourself? The loving, nurturing, all acceptingness of the Empress, right? Unconditional love. And the Emperor's guidance, support, strength, their sense of like what's right and what's wrong, what works and what doesn't work. When you put the yin and the yang together, you literally have it all. All possibilities become available to you. Yin, Empress, Yang, Emperor, quote unquote, masculine and feminine, blending together at their very best and highest, and they create something entirely new, right? If you will focus on creating the container where you can do your Page of Pentacles best gardening work, ooh, the possibilities are truly, truly endless. And the moon even says, it's like, we couldn't even tell you because there's so much in flux right now. There are so many factors at play and so many patterns that you could choose to tap into and work with. And then anything could happen depending on which thing you decide to weave or unravel, right? Breaking generational curses. Forging new generational blessings. That's what Spirit is saying. Some of you may be focused on that. Sitting in the likely outcome, the Hermit, another 9 to match the 9 of Wands. So the same way that the Empress is the mother of the 3 of Cups, the Hermit is the father of the 9 of Wands. You have come very far, and it is a brave thing to walk your own path. It is a brave thing to keep going even when you don't know, like they said, like, can I even go? Like, how much further can I go? Are we there yet? I don't know if I can make it. Spirit's like, you can make it. You can make it. Don't limit yourself. Sitting in the key position, 4 of Pentacles, Rapunzel trapped in her tower. You might be telling yourself that, like, this is where I am and I'm stuck here. I'm stuck in this job, or I'm stuck in this relationship, or I'm stuck in this container. But Spirit is like, nope, you're building your own container in the month of September. If you're smart. If you're smart, you're building your own container because the container that other people have built for you or see for you looks tight, too small for you to be at your full best. 4 of Pentacles would say that you might be believing that too. There might be a part of you that believes like this is as far as I can go or this is as much as I can get. And Spirit is like, no. And you deserve the support of good friends like the 3 of Cups, people who see you, people who can remind you who you are, people you can circle up with. That's what Spirit is saying. Trust your journey, the Hermit. Follow your own light. Keep pursuing what matters to you and what you see as this is the way that I need to go for me to feel fulfilled. Keep going. You're getting closer. Everything is not what it seems, so keep your eyes open and use all of your senses. When we walk under the moon, our 6th sense is the most important one to tune into, because again, our eyes may say, that's a dog, or that's a wolf. So we need to trust our subtler senses, feel into them, deepen into them. Perhaps that is also a priority for you this month, is to get in deep touch with your intuition and make it a practice. Okay? Play some intuitive games with yourself. You know, maybe you walk into a building to go to work and there's 3 different elevators, and it's like, okay, I'm going to stand in front of the one that I'm feeling is going to come the soonest, and practice. Maybe it's not that one that time, but maybe you get better as you practice. Play little games with yourself to enhance your intuition. And it also opens up like the relationship and the dialogue with spirit, where again, even if you quote unquote guess wrong or your intuition was incorrect, when people start speaking to spirit and saying like, I want to hear signs and see signs and perceive things and get transmissions, they will be coming at you. Okay? So tune your antenna, create the container, create time and space. Okay? Okay. You need to hear your own voice and trust your own self and make your own rules this month. This is what I see. What do you see, Pisces? If you feel like sharing stories, comments, questions, observations, you can do all of that south of this video. Like if you liked it, dislike if you didn't, subscribe if you vibe. And if you want to hang out, I go live every single Sunday at 11 a.m. Central. Would love to see you there. Take care, Pisces. I hope this helps you. Wishing you much love and many blessings. Till next time. Bye.